So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. It's writing related. However, instead of progressing and, moving forward and working on my current novel, Ben, I've decided to go back in time and visit some of my old writing. Recently, I started rewatching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was like one of my favorite shows when I was younger. So a couple weeks ago, I started rewatching it, and I love this show so much. It just really reminded me of my youth, and more specifically, it reminded me about what I think was kind of like my prime when it comes to fan fiction writing. That's where I peaked, I think. So all that being said, I've been feeling really nostalgic lately. I've been loving Buffy, and combining those two things together, I decided, why don't I read for you guys bits from my Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan fiction. Now, I did have a co-writer. My cousin and I were both very into Buffy, and we were both into writing. So we co-authored this bit of fan fiction. And I think that it's a great way to kind of kick off this little nostalgia series that I'd like to start on my channel, where I read old fan fiction, just old writing in general, old journal and diary entries, stuff like that. I'll make a little video about, and I'll add it to my little nostalgia series. I mean, it's mostly for me. So this guy right here has a lot of my old writing. I feel like I have another bin in my storage locker, and there's probably one at my parents' house still. This is my main one that I keep with me at all times because it has all of my journals, and I think most of my old writing that I really liked, and even school assignments and stuff. Like if there was a fire, I would save this bin. So, okay, there's a lot in here. Probably should have found it before I started this video. Back then, I definitely wasn't a plotter, especially the way that I am now. But I think I did have a notebook where I just kind of wrote down some ideas for things. It might be in this one. This one has a lot of... Okay, see, this can't be all of it. Oh god, it's coming back to me. Oh, I'm remembering things. Dude, jackpot. I found the printout of the... Wow, we did write quite a bit. I think we got what we came for. I'm just gonna hold on to that just to keep it together. Wait a minute, where's my little notebook? Wait for it. Was it green or red? Oh my god, it was green. Okay, so this is my little notebook. As you can see, I'll let you get real close. This was me. Wait a minute, there's a date here? Hold the phone. I was 16. I thought I was 12 when I was writing this. I was in high school. I did not think I was writing Buffy fanfiction in high school. This is so embarrassing. Okay. Dude, if I was 16 when I wrote this, that means I wrote this 15 years ago. So keep that in mind, okay? It says new Buffy fic. I was really into System of a Down at this point because it was just a random System of a Down song quote. I don't know why. But okay, main characters. Buffy, Willow, Xander, Oz. I had Cordelia, but then I crossed her out and wrote no. I must not have liked Cordelia all that much. Giles, Spike and Angel, obviously. Dude, Riley's in it. And then Josie. Oh, my name was Josie. I thought my name was Elizabeth. And then my cousin's character's name was, originally it was Trixie, and they went Trixie. And then we changed it to Carrie, but I feel like we changed it again. Okay, so here's what I got. Main conflict. Sisters lose their only parent, father, to powerful, feared vampire. They think their father is dead and seek vengeance against vampire that killed him. They begin self-training and research. They find out about Sunnydale being the Hellmouth and figure that's where the vampire might be. Their grandmother, a powerful witch, heard about their mission and gave them superhuman strength and powers. We had it all. It says telepathy, telekinesis, divination, and dreams. They rent a small apartment in Sunnydale and start going to school at Sunnydale High. So now we're on to the sort of plot line thing. Girls come to Sunnydale to find evil vamp / save father. Girls meet the gang and are quickly found out. And then it says begin research on evil vamp. And then in the middle, it says little episode dilemmas. The fun and games part, So then all of that leads to finding the evil vampire and killing him. And then here, you see, find father. He is an evil vampire. Oh, dramatic scene, girls must kill father. Oh. And then the falling action here is girls are asked to stay in Sunnydale. Spike and Angel, along with the rest of the group, help comfort girls. And apparently that was it. And then I got a little section for my ideas. Josie finds out Spike is a vampire when Spike gets injured, and Josie invites him into her home and treats his wound. I can't. I'm gonna cry. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Okay. I was 16, talking semi-passionately in front of the mirror. Josie looks up and doesn't see Spike's reflection. Josie is hurt that Spike had failed to mention this small fact. Spike spits out Angel is also one, and Josie asks Spike to leave. Carrie comes home and Josie tells her everything. I mean, okay. Okay, these drafts definitely came after this, because here the temporary title is Linger. So I have a little opening scene here, but then I wrote no good. I knew, so I'm not gonna bother reading that. I definitely had a thing for Spike, so I know that my character was supposed to get together with Spike, and my cousin really liked Angel, so she was supposed to get together with Angel. It's weird, because they're obviously still in high school, but like Riley's supposed to be in it. You know what? I was pretty plotty by this point. Like I have like school settings, school descriptions. I have a lot going on here. I'm proud of myself. And then I have possible dialogue snippets. Stop, that is just a Papa Roach lyric. These are just song lyrics. Possible dialogue that I wrote was, scars remind us that the past is real. I can't say these things out loud. Carrie awoke with a gasp and shivered as cold sweat trickled down the side of her face. She closed her eyes and pulled her sheets up close to her chin, taking in slow breaths. Carrie, you okay? She jerked her head in the direction of the door to find her sister leaning against its frame, with a glass of milk in her hand. Concern etched on her face. Carrie sighed and shook her head. That's the third time this week. Her sister's voice was a mere whisper as she walked toward her bed, placing the glass on the small bedside table. Carrie brought her knees up to her chin and hugged them. And it's always the same one, Josie wrapped her arms around the small ball that was her sister and rubbed her back softly. She pulled away and brushed a dark brown tendril out of Carrie's face. It's gonna keep happening until we kill him. Josie frowned and grabbed the glass of milk. I know, that's why we're here. Drink this, it'll help you sleep, Josie replied, handing her the glass and getting up. She walked over to her bed and collapsed onto it. There were so many things running through her mind, she thought if there was one more thing she had to worry about, her head would surely explode. She heard her sister place the now empty glass back on the bedside table and watched as she turned off the small lamp barely illuminating the room. The darkness enveloped them, and she stared into it, trying to clear her head in an attempt to fall asleep. Her sister shuffled in the next bed, and her voice broke through the silence. What should I wear for school tomorrow? Josie groaned, rolling over, covering her head with her pillow before it had the chance to explode. That's fine. Principal Snyder tapped his pencil against his desk impatiently when the door to his office slowly opened and Josie walked inside, followed by Carrie, both looking apologetic. We're sorry we're late, sir. Josie began when Snyder interrupted. I'll assure you, miss. He glanced down at the stack of papers on his desk. Callahan, that tardiness is one thing we have no tolerance for at this school. He pursed his lips and narrowed his eyes. And I respect that, sir, but you see, Josie began again. Petty excuses is another. He motioned for them to take a seat. They sat down in unison, defeated. You will be starting the 11th grade, correct? He wasted no time waiting for a reply. Being seniors, I'm sure you two will set good examples for the younger students. Also, he adjusted his tie. Along with being seniors comes the privilege of being able to leave school property at lunch hour. However, I stress privilege, the first sign of trouble from either of you, and it's taken away. His face was stern as he looked them over. I feel like, you know what? I feel like I got a good sense of Snyder. I think this is definitely pretty accurate to how much of a pain Snyder was. I just hope you don't fall into the wrong crowd. There are people in this school that can get you in a lot of trouble, girls. I'd make an effort to stay away from them. He walked them toward the door and opened it for them. Now head along to your classes and make good choices. They were barely on the other side of the door when he slammed it shut. Josie raised an eyebrow. Spaz much? Carrie laughed and looked down at her timetable. What do you got? History, English, math, and biology. Come on, let's head to class and make good choices, Josie said in a mock tone. They both laughed and made their way through the crowded halls, careful not to fall into the wrong one. You know what? I'm not hating it so far. Here we got some ideas for how Josie and Spike meet and how Carrie and Angel meet. Josie and Carrie are at the Bronze having fun. Bump into them at the bar. Number 2, Buffy introduces them to each other but doesn't tell them about Spike and Angel being vampires. Fine. 3, at the graveyard, Josie is slaying vampires. Spike comes and tries to help her, thinking she is just some helpless girl, or sees her take down the vampire with grace and is impressed, so he goes and talks to her. Number 4, Carrie is investigating and bumps into Angel in the graveyard. And then I have ideas for main conflict. Girls first find the vampire that killed or turned their father into a vampire. He's running an underground operation where, in brackets, something cool, girls along with Buffy and gang go down and defeat him. Then they see their father. They have an emotional battle with him. We talked about this already. Giles tells Buffy and gang not to interfere, that they need to do it on their own. Girls finally kill father. And then the girls were supposed to lose their powers because they accomplished what they were set out to do. Powerless, girls tell others they are moving back to LA to help grandmother and that they are of no benefit to them. Angel and Spike, along with the rest of the group, beg them to stay, but girls head home after an emotional, long goodbye. Oh my god, and then I have possible sequel ideas. In the sequel, okay, the grandmother dies and gives girls all of her power, etc., and tells them they need to help Buffy and others. So girls go back to Sunnydale. Gang and Angel and Spike are all a little upset at first because of them leaving, but soon forgive and forget. Diane. Whoa, this goes into 2007, so I was 17. You know what? No. I have this all wrong. This is the new version, okay? I think Emotionless was our first attempt, and then this was just like me trying to revive this fan fiction, and like, you know what? No, that definitely came after. Yes! Dude, I'm such a fool. I knew I was younger when I started writing this fan fiction. I knew I was. Okay, this is the original date. Let's read the OG. See, 16 is where I started actually, like, you know, making notes and plotting and stuff. 2003, Diane was not doing that. So this is all we have of this story. Okay, Emotionless. This is the 2003 Buffy fan fiction. My cousin and I were 13 while we were writing this, so keep that in mind. Oh, we actually used our real names. Okay. Diane Elizabeth Williams and Amanda Rebecca Rodriguez. 2 new additions to the Slayer family. Unlike Buffy and Faith, they weren't born Slayers. They were chosen, ripped out of the normality of their ordinary life and thrown into a world of vampires and demons to help those who were already fighting off the surreal creatures of the night. They were given supernatural powers to help them with their assigned tasks. Cursed by Trinity, they could never fall in love. Nothing more than lukewarm feelings existed within them. Their greatest power was the ability to telepathically read the minds of others. They only used it when necessary because it wasn't easy. They had to be completely focused and relaxed. They could catch glimpses of the future brought to them in their dreams with a great amount of pain. They also had the power to physically move objects with their minds. This is the only power that they really had under their control, and they could use it to their advantage. Oh, they both had rough pasts. Both their fathers left their mothers, and they weren't really close to anyone. They took care of their mothers until they were chosen to rid the world of the evil vampires. They had to leave and move to Boston for... Moved to Boston? Why Boston? Oh, I had family in Boston. That must have been why. Their mothers understood, apparently, and Amanda's mother gave her a necklace to remember her by, and Diane's mother gave her a ring. It was special to them, and they kept it close to their hearts. This is so bad. Trinity brought them together. Who's Trinity? They trained in Boston with their 2 watchers, Sandra and Daniel. I'm dead. So my cousin's name is Amanda, and then her mom's name is Sandra, and my other cousin, her brother, his name is Daniel. So this is very much a family affair. So they trained in Boston with their 2 watchers, Sandra and Daniel, until they were 17 and were kicked out of their high school for trying to kill their principal. Long story short, he was a vampire. They were finally ready for the big hit, Sunnydale. Okay, Sunnydale High, March 15th, 2003. Diane and Amanda walked up the big steps of Sunnydale High. Everybody seemed happy and cheerful. They figured they didn't know about the vampires that were lurking around their school. They wondered if they would make any friends. After all, being a Slayer isn't what you would call cool. As they walked by Buffy, Willow, and Dawn to their assigned lockers, Buffy suddenly got a strange shiver down her spine, and she watched as Diane and Amanda fiddled with the lock to open their lockers. Oh no, the whole thing is like this. It's not properly formatted like with the dialogue. It's just big paragraphs. Who is speaking? Will, do you see those 2 girls over there? Buffy asked, nodding her head in their direction. Yeah, hey, they're new. Maybe we should introduce ourselves and, you know, show them around or something. Willow suggested cheerfully. Yeah, it'll be fun. They seem nice, Dawn added. Buffy looked over at Amanda and Diane, who were chatting amongst themselves. I can't believe we use our real names. Like, no shame. Yeah, but I have a weird feeling, said Buffy. What, you mean like your Slayer senses? Willow asked a bit too loudly. Shh, Will, you want the whole world to hear? Buffy snapped. Dawn snickered. Sorry, Willow apologized. Come on, you people, let's go introduce ourselves, Dawn said, linking both their arms and pulling them toward Amanda and Diane. Diane and Amanda stopped talking as Willow, Dawn, and Buffy approached them. Dawn and Willow were all smiles. Hi, I see you guys are new here. I'm Willow. Welcome to Sunnydale High, Willow said happily. Diane and Amanda smiled. Oh, and I'm Dawn Summers. This is my sister, Buffy Summers, Dawn added, pointing at her sister. Buffy smiled. Amanda and Diane giggled at their enthusiasm. I'm Amanda Rodriguez. I'm Amanda Rodriguez, Amanda said. And I'm Diane Williams. Thank you for welcoming us. You're all so kind. Diane added with her... I can't... Oh. Diane added with her innocent English accent. Dawn and Willow's eyes widened. Wow. Wow, you're from England? That's so cool, Willow said, smiling. Yeah, our librarian is English too, added Dawn with an even bigger smile. Suddenly the bell rang. What homeroom do you have? Buffy asked them. I have room number 201, replied Diane, reading the number off her sheet of paper. Cool, me and Xander are there, replied Buffy. Xander? Asked Diane. Buffy looked over Diane's shoulder and saw Xander. I love Xander so much. And saw Xander walking toward them. Yeah, here he comes now. Xander, this is Diane Williams. Amanda Rodriguez. Diane's in our homeroom class, Buffy said, pointing at Diane. Xander smiled. I see you're new, said Xander. Welcome to Sunnydale High, he said, shaking both their hands. So you're in room 201. We better hurry if we want to make it, he said. Diane, Xander, and Buffy started walking toward the stairs. We'll see you guys at lunch. There's more of the gang we gotta introduce you to, Xander yelled behind him as they disappeared up the stairs. I got room 304, Amanda said. Wow, me, Oz, and Cordelia are in that one, said Willow. Before Amanda got a chance to ask who they were, John said, don't worry, we'll introduce you to them later. Diane and Amanda were sitting at a table in the cafeteria talking. They seem cool, don't you think? Asked Amanda. Yes, but there's something about Buffy, haven't you noticed? I was so perceptive. Yeah, totally. I wonder what it is, said Amanda. Okay, so what's happening tonight with... Amanda moved in closer and whispered. The slang. Hey guys, you done your lunch? Asked Buffy. Yes, we are actually, Diane said, smiling. So much smiling. Good, because we got the rest of the gang to show you, said Xander. Oh, I'm guessing this is Oz? Amanda asked. Oz smiled. Bingo, he said, shaking their hands. Welcome to Sunnydale. This place is full of surprises. I hope you two can handle it, he said, grinning. Surely he meant the vampires. Buffy, Xander, and Willow looked at each other. God, why don't you just say you're a werewolf, Willow's a witch, and I'm a slayer, Buffy thought sarcastically to herself. Amanda and Diane looked at each other. Oh, we can handle anything? They all laughed uneasily. Well, let's go then, Xander said, grabbing Diane's arm. Buffy grabbed Amanda's arm and began leading them to the library. But wait, where are we going? Asked Diane. The library, replied Willow, snickering. It's all bad. Like, if you look at it, like, the formatting is so bad. The grammar is bad. We just really liked Buffy, okay? I had a thing for Spike, and my cousin had a thing for Angel, and we just wanted to be a part of this world. You know what I mean? So, okay. The others didn't know it, but Giles already knew who they were. He was waiting for them. Daniel and Sandra had told him about them. He knew they were special, not ordinary slayers, but he wanted the others to find out on their own. Why is there someone working out in the library? Asked Amanda, a little confused. They didn't know how to answer that, so they decided not to. Oh, that's Faith, Xander said, smiling. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I think we had Xander and Faith dating in this. Faith took off her headphones and walked up to them with a towel around her neck. I see you guys are new here, Faith said. Faith, this is Diane and Amanda, Dawn said. Giles got up. If you'll excuse me, there are a few things in the other room that I need to attend to, he said, smiling as he walked into the next room. There wasn't really anything he had to attend to. He just wanted to see how this would go. Faith watched as he walked past them, then turned back to Amanda and Diane. So you guys think you can handle it here? Asked Faith, smiling. God, why is everyone asking us that? Diane thought to herself. Why does everyone ask us that? Amanda asked, as if reading Diane's mind, literally. You'll find out sooner or later, Faith replied. Amanda and Diane were confused. Did they know about Sunnydale being located at the top of a hellmouth too? Did they know about the vampires and demons? Okay, so now they're at the Bronze. The new girls, are enjoying themselves, are having a good time. Suddenly, Riley came in and walked towards them. Riley, meet Diane Williams and Amanda Rodriguez, Buffy said, smiling. Riley shook both their hands. Ugh, hello, nice to meet you girls, he said, pasting on a fake smile. Buffy, can I talk to you for a minute? He asked. Buffy leaned against a pole as Riley began. Buffy, while me and the guys were out patrolling, we, didn't find anything, he said, looking serious. That's what you wanted to talk to me about? She asked, laughing. Buffy, don't laugh. Look, don't you think it's weird how for the past 3 days there hasn't been anything to kill? Where's Angel and Spike? She asked, looking around. Well, Spike left right when I suggested that we wait longer, and Angel, he stayed a little longer, but he headed back. Why, did you want to introduce them to Amanda and Diane? Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Hey guys, this is Angel and Spike. Careful, they bite. Okay, chapter 2. Tuesday, March 16th. Graveyard, 9:45 p.m. Out of the shadows came an ugly vampire. Look out, Dan shouted as he was heading straight for Amanda, who was fighting off 3 herself. Got it, Amanda yelled back as she staked him. What are you guys doing in a graveyard in the middle of the night? Buffy asked, sounding like their mothers. Dan and Amanda didn't know what to say. What about you? Amanda asked, even though she already got the gist of it. Buffy was as speechless as they were. Well, I guess it's the moment of truth. I'm a slayer, they're slayers, and I answered my own question. That's why my slayer senses were tingling. There was silence between the 3 of them as Willow, Xander, and Oz approached them. Amanda Amanda and Diane never took their eyes off Buffy. They knew each other's secret. It was pretty obvious now. They were Slayers. Well, I guess we have a lot in common so far, Amanda said jokingly. Whoa, wait, so you guys are Slayers? Xander said, trying to take it all in. I love Xander so much. Well, this is everything but normal, Diane said, laughing. Suddenly they heard arguing from behind them. Diane and Amanda both looked over their shoulder. Everyone watched as Spike and Angel clawed at each other's throats. Out of all the places in this bloody graveyard, you had to go and drop it on my foot, Spike yelled at Angel, not even noticing that they were all staring at them. It's dark. It wasn't my fault, Angel yelled back. It wasn't your fault, Spike yelled. What was your foot doing there anyway, Angel yelled, pointing at his foot. It's called standing. What were you doing with the huge bloody rock in your hands? Spike yelled. I was moving it, Angel yelled, not knowing the real reason he had it in his hands himself. What? What is happening? Oh, yeah, right. I'm Angel. I'm a big baboon that has nothing else better to do than move big rocks around, Spike yelled, doing a bad impression of Angel. Excuse me, Angel began to protest when he suddenly noticed Amanda. What? Spike asked, turning around to face them. He looked at Diane. Oh my god. He looked at Diane and his heart almost jumped out of his chest. Metaphorically speaking, of course. The sight of them took their breath away. They had to take a second to regain it. Amanda and Diane both raised an eyebrow at them and turned back around to face Buffy and the others, whom were still staring at Angel and Spike. Well, ladies, this is Angel and Spike, Xander said, pointing at them as he said their names. Guys, this is Diane Williams and Amanda Rodriguez. Spike and Angel looked them over. Diane's hair was up in a high ponytail, the few dirty blonde tendrils dangling from the sides of her I can't. God. Dangling from the sides of her perfectly sculpted face. Her greenish blue eyes were gleaming in the moonlight. She had on black sweatpants with a tight black tank top and baby blue sneakers. Normal Slayer wear. No. Oh, I can't even say this out loud. She's English and blonde. Just what I need, Spike thought. Spike thought devilishly to himself, licking his lips. Hello, Angel said, taking a step forward. She's beautiful, Angel thought to himself. Amanda's hair was up in a high bun with a few tendrils. I really like the word tendrils. She was wearing tight leather pants with a black sleeveless shirt and a leather jacket. Angel stepped back as Spike took a step forward, smiling deviously at Diane. Diane snorted at the way he limped. How's your foot? She asked teasingly before he had a chance to say hello. Just then Spike felt even more embarrassed, but he tried not to show it. He decided to play it cool. Just fine, thanks for caring, he said placidly as he shook her hand with a cunning smirk. I didn't say I cared, she replied, giving him the cold shoulder. Of course. Ouch, this kitty's got claws. Just how I like it, he thought to himself. Gross. Okay. Oh god. Okay, Buffy said, breaking the awkward silence. We have to arrange something. She continued. Arrange what? Spike asked, looking at Diane, then at Buffy. Oh, Diane and Amanda are Slayers. Angel and Spike looked at each other and then back at Diane and Amanda, whom were looking at Willow. Just everyone's looking at each other. Slayers? Spike asked, looking at Diane and Amanda. Diane turned towards Spike and Angel. That's correct, she said, turning back to Buffy and the others. Come on, let's talk about this over there, Buffy said, looking at Diane and Amanda. Jesus Christ! Spike and Angel watched as Diane and Amanda followed. Spike growled, licking his lips. Angel hit him in the stomach. Ow, what was that for? Spike asked, rubbing his stomach. Shut up, Angel said harshly. You like the brunette, don't you? Angel looked at him, then at the cold ground. If I did, I wouldn't tell you, Angel said, still looking at the ground. You don't have to tell me. I already know you're crazy about her, Spike said, reaching into his big trench coat pocket for his cigarettes. Angel looked up at him. Is it that obvious? You can't have fan fiction written by a 13-year-old and not have the insta-love trope. Like, you just can't not have that. So, here we are. Yes, Spike said, lighting a cigarette. Angel grunted as he kicked a small rock. Wait, Angel said. What? Asked Spike, blowing clouds of smoke into the night air. They don't know we're vampires, Angel stated. Yes, and that's a good thing, Spike said. Yeah, but what if they found out? Then we'd have even less of a chance with them. I can't. This doesn't sound like Angel at all. I won't tell if you don't, Spike said, not knowing that Buffy was right behind them. Won't tell what? She asked suspiciously. Spike jerked around. Oh, that it's a surprise, he said, finally making up his mind. Buffy raised an eyebrow. Right, she said, turning around. Come on, I guess you guys have to know about the new plans since you're kind of in them. This is how it's gonna be. Faith and I will patrol Mondays and Tuesdays. Let's see. Amanda and Angel, of course. Wednesdays and Thursdays, Dan and Spike, of course. Fridays and Saturdays. Willow's eyes widened, and they watched as she pulled Buffy aside. Diane looked at Spike, whom was looking at her, with an unusually soft smile. Great, I get Mr. Billy Idol. It's a good thing I like Billy Idol. Hello, Spike and Angel are vampires. What if they find out? Willow said in a loud whisper. I know, but if we act like they're not, they won't suspect anything. You make a good point. Well, is it a good point? Spike raised his hand. Question, he said putting out a cigarette. Buffy nodded for him to continue. This was his turn to get Diane back. Is Miss Williams fully trained? Because frankly, I don't work well with bimbos, Spike said, smirking at Diane. That ought to hit the spot, he thought arrogantly to himself. I know what you're trying to do, and you've gone and done it, mister, Diane thought to herself. Man, I can't. Diane looked at Spike and smiled sweetly. Spike raised an eyebrow. Said the arrogant, incompetent, narcissistic fool, Diane said bluntly. Spike snorted and raised his hands in defeat. Touché, he said, smiling at her. She's good, Spike thought to himself. Angel glanced over at Amanda, who smiled, and for a moment their eyes locked, and a warm sensation filled Angel, causing him to crumble inside with emotions. Emotions he didn't know he had. Suddenly Diane's watch beeped, and everyone watched as she looked at it. Why? It's 10. We have school tomorrow. We should be heading home. Okay, so then Diane and Amanda leave, and it's just like the gang left there. Angel sighed as he leaned against a tombstone that read, R.I.P. Julianne Ball. Everyone turned to look at Angel. What? He asked, getting up as if he sat on the wrong tombstone. Willow giggled. What are you sighing about? She asked. Everyone raised an eyebrow, and Spike smirked. Yes, what are you sighing about? Spike asked as if he didn't already know. Nothing, he replied. Right, you like Amanda, Oz said, snorting. I can't. What? So apparently not only is there insta-love, but it's very blatantly obvious to everybody. Everyone is just so intuitive and perceptive. Angel jumped up quickly and pointed his finger at all of them. I do not, he began, like Amanda. He finished almost in a whisper, leaning back against the tombstone, confused. Yes, you do, Willow said, laughing. He got back up. So what? Spike likes Diane, Angel blurted out. Spike stopped laughing and stared at everyone. Everyone stopped laughing and looked at Spike before breaking into laughter again. Like you got a chance, Buffy said between bursts of laughter. Spike got angry. All right, cut that out. That's enough. Imagine everybody, Spike and Diane, Xander said, almost dying from laughter. They were all laughing so hard they had to hold on to each other so they wouldn't collapse. Spike got fed up. He liked laughing at people. He didn't like it when people laughed at him. Fine, laugh it up. But just you wait and see. I'll get Diane. Mark my words, Spike said as he left in a fit of rage. Angel snorted and Spike stomped past him. This makes me so happy and just want to die at the same time. It's lovely. But I think I'm going to stop there. This video is entirely too long. I'm going to try to cut it up so that it's not so long. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope that it made you laugh. I hope that you felt, you know, a little bit of secondhand embarrassment. I honestly love reading my old writing. I mean, I don't love reading it out loud to other people. I haven't really done that. But I feel, you know, I feel safe. I feel safe enough with you guys. I trust you guys, and it's a good time, you know? It's just good, clean fun. So yeah, let me know if you have ever written any fan fiction, okay? Let me know if you used to write fan fiction or if you currently write fan fiction and what fan fiction you write. And let me know if you have ever written Buffy fan fiction specifically. I would love to know that. So thank you so much for watching, and if you got to the end of this video, comment down below, stay gold, because you are golden. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.